Yo, what is up? Happy Thursday. I hope y'all are having a great day. If you are here, I really want to say thank you. It really does mean a lot. I love making these videos, love connecting. If you're here, it means we're trying to get better, man. And that's what I love about these videos is we're all just trying to get better. I love watching people's content same as you're watching me that I'm connected with. I love seeing other people's stuff. So it's all good. We're all inspiring each other. We're all seeking to get better. And I really, really appreciate that. So thank you for being here. Listen, like if you saw a video maybe on my stories that I talked about the other day, I heard this quote the other day. I was listening to this audiobook. It's called It Takes What It Takes. And I can dive into what that's about later. But he said this quote that you have to live with knowing that you can strike out, be willing to be willing to strike out in the same box that you want to hit a home run in. Why am I struggling so hard with that? You have to be willing to accept that you can strike out in the same batter's box that you can hit a home run in. Talking about no matter how hard you work in life and anything, you could put forth an effort. Like think about a batter when he goes in that batter's box. He's done batting practice. He spent hours in between games in the batter's box, studying pitchers' moments and things like that. All for the outcome of obviously you want to hit a home run, but you want the right outcome. There's this outcome that you're working towards. But even as much work that you put in, there is still a chance that you can fail. There is still a chance. But the best hitters, it doesn't stop them from stepping in the box and swinging for the fences. And you have to take that. And I want you to look at that about in your life. Like sometimes as a hitter that we become, we get scared to step in the box. We're scared. And why are we scared? We're scared because we're scared of failure. We're scared of striking out because we're scared of the people that are going to see us. Well, look at some of the best hitters in the whole entire MLB. I'm not a big baseball guy, but I do know this, that some of the best hitters every single year are some of the ones that strike out the most. You can't be afraid to fail, just like these guys are. You have to step in the box with whatever you want to do in life. Be it in business, be it in personal, be it with your health and fitness goals, your relationships. That's how it's got to be. So, embracing that failure is a part of life, man. And you can't let that stop you from getting in the box. You can't let that stop you from getting in the box. But that means that you just have to work extra hard. I don't have to dive into that, obviously you got to work hard. You got to do what you got to do. And that's what the whole book's about. It takes what it takes. There's this illusion of choices, we think that there's choices. Great players, if you look at them, they all do the same things. There's no sense of choice. If you want a specific outcome, if you want to be a specific person, have specific goals, there's no options on behaviors of what you can and can't do. They wake up early, they eat right, they properly hydrate their body, they get the right nutrition, they talk to the right coaches, they do the right mechanics. And all those right actions lead to the right outcome. So think about that for your life. If you want things, just identify. Don't think so granular about what your work, the end figure. We get so caught up in that. Just identify the actions that the people that you are inspired by, what do they do? And then how can you just inquire those actions and habits and do them daily? And then you will reap them. But this is where the problem comes in, is people will do it for 10 days, 14 days, and nothing changes, nothing happens, and they quit. They quit. And this is why the difference is this is a whole nother story. I talked about this, the difference between wanting something and committing to something. People want bags and people want this and people want that. And you say you want your goals and you want to change, but you just want it. And you want a new thing every single week and it changes. When's the next time that you're actually going to say, I'm going to commit to something. I'm going to commit to this change. That's when something is when you're making a stake and you're committing it, it's going to happen. But the problem is You know, that's not what the case is. You do something for 2 weeks and you don't change, but it takes time. Like, I know we've all heard of the 80-20. It takes 80% of the work to get 20% of the results, and then 20% of the work to get 80% of the results. I've experienced it so many times. There's like a tipping point where it's like testing you, testing you, testing you. Are you going to quit? Are you going to quit? And then you break through and it's like, oh my God, everything just breaks through all at once. And you have probably, and I know me for my own life, have been in so many times, in so many situations where I've quit on something because I didn't get the result I wanted right away, but I was so close to getting it. You could be so close in so many facets of your life right now, and you're thinking about quitting, and you're taking your foot off the gas, and it's going further away from you. Put that motherfucking foot down and get going. Stay committed to what you're doing. Where I wanted to go a little bit with this whole thing is like embracing the moment of being exposed. Because I think a lot of times why we fear wanting big goals and things like that are putting ourselves out there is the fear of being exposed, like the fear of striking out. Like something can happen and I can get humiliated. Some part of our brain is always saying, don't get humiliated. That's like one survival instinct that your brain is primed you to not like red alert, go the opposite way of that shit. I am not trying to have that fucking thing happen right now. So what I'm saying is like, I don't want to live life on the fucking practice court, right? And you shouldn't either. Like, get in the game. That makes sense. Like, get in the game. Embrace being exposed. Like, you can learn the plays and run the plays, but if you're sitting on the sideline, like, when are you ever going to get tested? When are you ever going to get the ability to make something happen for yourself? Like, look at players in the NFL. The best corners in the league, they get exposed every single week by other great players. But get in the game, man. They're in the game. You just got to make a choice, man. You just got to make a choice. I always say that when I'm like looking for a space of what to say. You just got to make a choice, man. You just got to make a choice. But man, I really just truly believe like it's just actions, like success and what you want. What I want is not like so complicated to get. It's just habits over a period of time. It just is like, what do these people do? I'm going to do it myself. And I'm going to do it until I get the result. Like, obviously, there's more to it, too. Like, when you get and you find that plan of that you're working, sometimes it needs adjustment. Sometimes what you're doing the current way is the plan is right, but the way that you're hammering at it isn't right. You know what I mean? There's different ways to skin a cat. Maybe the way that you're trying to skin it isn't working for you, and you got to try a different way. You got to adjust. That's a big thing that I've learned a lot about is in any type of thing, you have this plan of how you think that something's going to work out, but a lot of times it doesn't work out like that. You got to be able to adjust and pivot. And if you look at any people in business, be it sports, anything, they're the best at the highest level, they're able to adjust. So average is a choice, man. Average is a choice. And I just feel like if you're watching this video and you're watching it now, you don't want that. Like, average isn't what you want. Maybe you've been, like, sticking around with it because you don't know what you want. But you know that you don't want to be average anymore. And that's cool. That's cool. Like, it's not cool. But I'm saying it's cool that you're able to have that self-awareness. But you got to find, you got to start getting self-aware with what you do want. A lot of times we know what we already want. We just got to take the risk to do it. Maybe this is for you, is me to tell you the permission, giving you the permission to do what the fuck you want to do. I love this song right here. Rap circles round niggas, that's my department. Put a block in the trunk soon as I got tired of talking. Money don't make you solid, it just make you 10 times more of the person you are before you got it. That's facts, baby. Money don't make you solid. It just makes you 10 times more the person you are before you got it. Yeah, I'm a legend now. Hey, baby. Thank you for watching. If you watch it this far, we being legendary for real. That's why I love the song. It's legendary status. That's what we after. I'm inspired, and I'm inspired to inspire. And if you're here, I fuck with you, man. Thank you so much for spending your time. 10 minutes of your time. I ain't take that lightly.